Team Italy is playing with the next players in goal. Number 57, Cristoforo Ciparone. Number 6, Stefan Pitigio. Number 7, Jason Granito. 3, Vincenzo Junior Conforti. 74, Adam Del Sotto. 5, Alexander Spencer-Lamont. 88, Adam Robozzo. 2, Alexander Montaglione. 91, Daniel Pedreccia. 96, Adam Bevilacqua. 19, Massimo Dettore. 89, Frank Giustini. 13, Anthony Navieri. 10, Daniel Setacci. Daniel Verdacci, number 32. 27, Noah Edward Capaccioni. 9, Mark Anthony Alfredo Distanzio. 77, Cosimo Luigi Fontana. 94, David Antonio Lombardi. 17, Antonio Romero Renati. 15, David Anthony Sarno. 98, Carmen Sija Soros. And number 8, Lucas Molino Ultra. And the second goalkeeper is 25, Thomas Wojciech. Coach of Team Italy is Mario Ventulo. Team Finland is playing with those players. In goal, 31, Vila Kusalo. 80, Juuso Nieminen. 44, Risto Lindfors. 29, Mikko Hirvonen. 54, Lauri Vita. 6, Alexi Lampi. 77, Antti Lides. 55, Thomas Marietta. 42, Adam Wallin. Number 11, Johannes Bukema. 12, Hans Mellner. 92, Sandro Sirka. 13, Sam Piazzolla. 18, Johan Gangas. 87, Tony Lampo. 53, Marco Vitan. 8, Henrik Kirchheim. 15, Anton Herpin. 13, Valtteri Tarkowski. 4, Arthur Karpinen. 96, Emil Bäcklund. 21, Jesse Emanueli. And the second goalie is with the number 1, Antti Laine. Coach of Team Finland is Antti Koskela. Referees of today's game in Finland are Evgeny Tomic and Trevor Jarvis.
We're back, ball hockey fans, with our third game of the day here. Team Italy in blue facing off against Team Finland in their classic white and blues. Early here in the first period, Italy with possession. I'm your play-by-play announcer, Chris Bakanowitz. Happy to have everybody joining us here on a beautiful day here in Visp, Switzerland, as the ball ends up into the corner here on the stick of Team Finland. It looks like both teams going for wholesale line changes. And we'll keep an eye on what type of forecheck Italy develops here. Contenders just let the ball get deep. Flooring is waved off. Battle behind the net. Ref telling him to move it, move it. Oh, good intercept there by Finland. Trying to generate a scoring opportunity here. Shot goes wide. I think that hit a foot in front of the net. Battle along the boards. Up along the far boards, trying to chip it up. Intercepted by Finland. Now in the neutral zone. Finland here potentially with numbers 2-on-1. Oh, good defensive play there by Team Italy. Shot goes wide. That was Stefan Patiglio with the outstanding stick work there for Italy. Ball now back behind the Finland net. Up along the near boards. Finland still with it. Goes all the way across to the far boards. As Finland trying to gain the Italian zone. Pass back to the defense. Dumped in, but that was not at the red line, and we're going to get our first flooring call in the game here with 12:49 remaining in the first period. And it looks like Christopher Ciparone is in net for Italy. Try and get you the Finland netminder here in a minute. We do have live scoring in effect on stats.isbhf.com. You can find the link on our homepage as Finland takes possession behind the net. Italy applying a very heavy forecheck here. Turnover in the zone. Shot! Knocked down with the waffle, it looked like. Good opportunity there for Adam Lagazzo. Good keep in by Finland. Trying to hit the trailer. Long shot. Down into the butterfly and easily handled by Ciparone. So 12:25 remaining here in the first period. Scoreless game, Italy and Finland. And it looks like Villahart Kusamo is in net for Finland. As we still have a battle along the far boards, ends up skittering outside of the Italian zone. Finland giving chase. Looks like Italy's working a 2-3 here on the defensive side of things. See how Finland counters that. Oh, good intercept by Team Italy there. Here comes Morelli trying to get the ball towards the net. Stick back to his defender there. Good smart play by Kusamo. So Italy content here to try and clog the neutral zone with a 2-3. Keep an eye on how Finland tries to gain the zone. There's a long outlet pass, deflected and down deep. Ends up back behind the net. It's a good hustle play there by Juho Kangas for Finland, but was unable to make something happen. And now we're getting a flooring call as the referee says to Italy, sorry kids, no changes allowed on the flooring. So here in ball hockey, we have similar rules to ice hockey. Anytime you ice or floor the ball, the offending team is not allowed to make line changes. As you can see here on the replay there, good stick work by the Finnish netminder Kusamo to easily steer that rebound. As the referee gets ready for the draw. One back by Italy. Back behind the net. Doing battles, Delzato. Delzato still with it. Looking for an outlet pass. Ooh, dangerous. Almost intercepted. Ends up being intercepted by Finland. Poke checked away by Italy. Now into the neutral zone. Italy gains the zone. Nowhere to go with it. Hemmed in along the boards. Dumps it in down deep. Giving chase is Frank Giustini, veteran of these worlds. Oh, good knockdown there. Nice intercept by Patiglio. Here's Italy, unable to capitalize on that intercept by Patiglio. Here's a good look at the net. Shot goes off of a stick. All the way up into the netting. That was Antti Karppinen getting a stick on the shot there. So good defensive work by both teams early. Face-off will be to the right here of Casamo. Italy trying to get set up for the draw. Face-off won by Finland. Back to the defense. Dumped in. I believe that's going to be a flooring call, as the Finland player is not going to be able to beat that one. So the face-off will come all the way back down into the Finland zone. The referee's lining both teams up, ready for the draw here. Capriccioni for Italy trying to win it back, unable to. One back by Finland along the boards. Italian player loses his footing. Finland now trying to carry it through the neutral zone. Good intercept there, smart play by Giustini. Dumps it in down low. Giving chase is Capriccioni, but looks like he got hemmed in there along the boards. Now corrals possession. Shot goes wide. All the way around, over to Patiglio. Patiglio with it. Back to the defense, trying to get a wrist shot on net. Oh, shot! Oh, good save there! That ball took an interesting carom off the boards, and Casamo able to get back in position as Monteleone briefly looked like he had side of the net empty there. So Italy with the first real scoring chance of the game early. Oh, walking in all alone. Here comes Italy. Oh, what a save! Oh, Casamo showing up big early. Stymies Rinaldi as he walked in all alone. Bit of a mental error there in the neutral zone on Finland's part. Letting Rinaldi walk in all alone. They dodged a bullet there, but now they have possession in the Italian zone. Trying to make something happen, almost a turnover again. Trying to keep it inside the Italian zone, but not getting it deep. Some dangerous play there at the neutral zone. Now they get it in deep. Shot easily patted down by the Italian netminder, Christopher Ciparone. And we're going to get a face-off to his right. So we'll take a look at this replay here by Rinaldi. Went forehand, just missed on the backhand thanks to the great poke check effort there by Casamo. Keeping this a 0-0 game with 8:35 remaining in the first period. Italy now 2-on-2, gains the zone. Trying to stick handle through, no call. Italy screaming for a call, but that's hockey, folks. That was good poke and body check. Picked up by Italy back behind the net. Italy playing pitch and catch in their own zone. Now up along the boards, gains the zone. Vernacci was trying to get it in deep, unable to. And Finland takes control. Just under 8 minutes remaining here in the first period. Corralled up by Semi Pizzalo. Dumps it off to Tuomas Marheta. Over to Niemen. Bit of a skirmish there in the neutral zone. Italy did not get the zone, now picked up by Piazzalo. Finland will try again. Italy doing a good job clogging up the neutral zone here. Forcing Finland to try and make some awkward passes. Gathered by Italy. Trying to get a breakout going here. Centers it. Good stick work in the neutral zone by Finland there. Picked up by Finland. Do they keep it in? Yes, they do. Good hustle there by Vitanen. Italy trying to get an outlet pass going. That's going to end up in a flooring call here. Looks like they were trying to hit Giustini all alone there on the blue, but pass went a little too long for him. 6:52 remaining here in the first period. 0-0, Finland and Italy. Finland, a silver medalist in 2019 in Kosice, Slovakia. That was the last of Slovakia's 4 straight gold medals. They defeated Finland 4-3 in quite an amazing gold medal game. Italy has 1 A-pool medal to their name in 2005. They won the bronze medal at the World Championships held in, the only World Championship held in the United States in Pittsburgh. As the ball bounces back and forth between teams in the neutral zone, and Finland now tries to get it deep. That's Herpine with it, back to the point. Dumped in down low, glove down. That's Hivonen. Good stick work there by Italy. Finland trying to get a long shot, goes right into the glove of Ciparoni. No danger there with 6:15 remaining here in the first period. Looks like both teams are going to get full line changes. So both goalies so far look solid in net. Kusamo has made one very good save. Ciparoni has made several what I would call routine saves. So neither team really with sustained offensive pressure as Finland corrals it up in the neutral zone here, trying to gain the Italian zone, but that's intercepted by Delzato. Delzato back behind his net. Gives it to Granito. Up along the boards to Sirace. Goes off of his stick. Now back over to Finland where Lampi has it. Alexi Lampi with it. And chance of Italia coming out from the fans in attendance here for Team Italy. Italy just across the border from Switzerland, so there is a large Italian contingent here. As Finland walks it all out. Oh, great stop by Ciparoni. Had to keep his head on a swivel there. Not sure how that ball ended up on a Finland player's stick. But Ciparoni standing tall early. Finland now with it back to the point. Did not have a shooting lane. Over to Liedis. Gets it in down low. Oh, shot! Goes high over the net. That was Henri Karkainen with it, and Karkainen is shaking his head. He's not happy that he roofed that one over the crossbar, as he had an outstanding scoring opportunity there to give Finland a lead 1-0 as both teams make line changes. And credit to Ciparoni, as I had mentioned before, he hadn't had to make any difficult saves, but you can see there on the replay that shot that went up over the net by Karkainen. Ciparoni standing tall when his team needs him. As that ball gets rifled up into the net, and so we're going to get a face-off back deep into the Italian zone. Referee's getting both teams lined up for the draw here. One back by Italy. Picked up by Patiglio, nowhere to go with it. Patiglio hemmed in, finally gets it over to his partner, Monteleone. Monteleone with it up along the boards. Good read there, nice intercept by Finland. They gain the zone. Great job by Juho Kangas. Tries to throw an awkward shot on net, nowhere for him to go. Easy pad save there by Ciparoni. Kept in by Finland. Good stick work along the board. Back to the point. Down low. Finland going to try and walk this one in for a shot on net. Easily waffled aside again by Ciparoni. Finland out shooting Team Italy here in the first period. Kept in by Finland. Now picked up by Italy. Patiglio with it as Italy goes to get some line changes here. And he's going to come off himself and drop it for Adam Lagazzo. Like Lagazzo was trying to hit a streaking Novelli there. Again, intercepted by Finland. They've really done an outstanding job clogging the neutral zone and not letting Italy have any of their outlet passes. Finland with it over to the point. Italy content to keep them to perimeter right now. Ball rolls off of a stick up into the boards. Battle along the boards. Ends up getting kicked, look like onto the stick of Herpine. He sends it back in down low. Trying to wraparound attempt. Doesn't have a shooting lane yet. Oh, good stick work there by number 94, David Anthony Lombardi. He's able to block that shot, and I believe that's going to end up in a flooring call. Yes, and the referee's telling him, sorry, gentlemen, you need to come back out onto the floor. We had a flooring, so no line changes allowed. 2:58 remaining here in a scoreless first period as we take a look at the replay. That was that awkward shot from the side of the net there. And then the nice pad save on the second effort by Ciparoni. Looks like the coach is asking for some explanation here from the referee. He got it, so now we're ready for the draw. One back cleanly by Finland, but a little too hard. That's going to go all the way deep into the Finland zone. And it looks like that's picked up by Niemen. And we get a hand pass in the neutral zone. Looks like there was a little bit of discussion there by Frank Giustini, a veteran of these World Championships. I believe this is Mr. Giustini's 7th World Championship. Former Team Canada player. Decided to move over to Team Italy. Try and offer them some much-needed experience. He's one of the all-time great goal scorers in Canadian history. For a long time, played with the Toronto Midnight Express. Played with such great players, Chrissy Morrison Jr., Sultan of the Orange Ball. Used to hear that name quite a bit during the Canadian Nationals. Morrison over to Giustini. Giustini was part of a record run of championships for the Midnight Express in the teens, as we like to call it. So ready for the draw. One back by Finland. Shot deflected off of a leg. Goes towards the far boards. Chipped up by Italy. The potential 2-on-1 here. Nope. Good defensive hustle there by Finland to prevent that centering pass, as Giustini momentarily had a step on his defensive partner. Or pardon me, defensive counterpart. But good hustle by Finland. Finland looking to gain the zone. They do. Oh, defensive breakdown there by Italy for a second. Now they recover. Chipped back behind the net. Italy with it. Delzato sends it over to the far boards. Long outlet pass. Italy gains the zone. And then again, intercepted by Finland. We've been saying this all first period. Finland doing a great job reading Italy's outlet passes and then intercepting them right as they're about to try and get possession in the Finland zone, as the ball scatters out in front. Nobody really able to corral it up. Now Finland does. Long shot, easily patted aside. Rebound effort there. Good stick work as that ball ended up on the stick of Risto Lindfors. Lindfors unable to get the shot off as Italy was quick on the stick there. And that's David Anthony Serino giving chase. Serino still battling down low. A lot of hustle by Serino. Now Finland ends up with it. And it looks like that's Liettis that has the ball. Passes it over to Lindfors. Back to Lietti. Lynn Forrest goes off for a change. Last minute of play here in the first period. And Finland now gains its own, walks it all out. Oh, shot! Was unable to get it on net there. Good centering attempt by Team Finland. I believe that was Alexi Lampe that just could not quite get a stick on it as Italy comes streaking back down. Shot goes wide. Kept in. That was Rinaldi on Italy who came screaming down, shot that ball wide. Rinaldi with it back behind the net. Over to the point. Monteleone with it. Towards the far boards. Shot, pad save. That's a good shot there. He had a good screen in front of the net. Good positional goaltending there by the Finnish netminder, Villahart Casano. As that's going to do it for the first period. So, scoreless affair here in our third game of the day. Appreciate everybody joining us. Finland 0, Italy 0. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Chris Pekanowicz. Thanks again. 10-minute intermission between period. We'll see you back for the start of the second. And we are back for the start of the second period. Scoreless affair here between Italy in blue and Finland with the white jerseys and blue shorts. And as a reminder, folks, you can always get live up-to-the-minute stats by visiting our stats page, stats.isbhf.com. So right now, Finland has outshot Italy 10-5. So Christopher Ciparrone's made 10 saves, and Vihart Kusamo has made 5 as the ball is dumped in down deep behind the Italian zone. So Italy trying to work some magic here to figure out Finland's neutral zone counter. Right now they got a 1-4 trap going. Finally dumped in down deep by Italy. That was Granito who was going to give chase, but then decided against it as Finland gains the zone. Oh, mishandled shot. Oh, what a stop! Ciparrone with cheers erupting from the Italian contingent. Biggest save of the game so far for him. On a vicious one-timer. Woo! That might have left a mark even between the pads. So now Italy back to their 2-3. I got to tell you, it's interesting watching two teams basically play variations of a neutral zone trap here. Now we're in the second period, and it looks like both teams have successfully dumped it deep. So we'll see if they continue that strategy, as that is easily waffled aside. Long shot there by number 15, Sarno, as the ball gets pinned in between the pads and the post. So basically, for you non-hockey fans out there, the neutral zone trap is, some people call it the 1-3-1. But the general idea is to just put bodies in the neutral zone to prevent the team from having skating room and passing lanes, and to try and read the play and intercept it, right, and get a counterattack going the other way. And as any hockey coach will tell you, the way to beat that, right, is, as we say in ball hockey, get it deep. You just dump it in, or what they say in the NHL, right, dump and chase. As there's a lot of loud stick work going on there off the face-off. So back to the neutral zone trap. That's probably what both teams are going to end up doing here as we get deeper into the second. Of course, if somebody scores a goal, that could certainly change the entire tempo and momentum of the game. But we'll see. As Italy has it behind the net. Good read again by Finland, but that shot looked like it went right into the Italian bench. The neutral zone trap, it requires a lot of patience, requires obviously a lot of hockey knowledge. And to beat it, your best bet, as I mentioned, getting it deep, it's just hustle. Hustle after the ball, win the individual battle, and then make something happen. And it's not rocket science like a lot of people make it out to be. Face off one back by Finland, picked up by Liedis. Liedis back down behind the net, over to Lindfors. Lindfors with it. And now Italy, 3 people now in the neutral zone. Went from a 2-3 to a 3-2. This is interesting to watch. You just don't see this. A lot of ball hockey is now. Here's a break. Oh, the ball rolls right through the feet and the stick of Massimo Dottore. Oh, he's got to be kicking himself for that one. He would have walked in all alone. Boy, I'll tell you, at this level, every player will tell you, you just can't miss opportunities like that because they're so hard to come by. So I'm sure nobody's more disappointed with himself than Dottore as Finland takes it back behind their net. Up along the boards, picked up by number 11, Johannes Bukema. Centering attempt goes all the way through the crease. Long shot, well wide, off the backboards, picked up by Finland. Finland with some sustained pressure here, now intercepted by Italy. Italy does not have numbers. They're content to just dump and get some fresh legs here on the long change as Finland tries to capitalize. Oh, great read there by Italy. Now they have numbers of potential 2-on-1. Shot, oh, score! And Italy takes the lead 1-0 on a defensive breakdown by Finland, which led to a 2-on-1. And Anthony Roberto Rinaldi took the feed over from David Anthony Sarno, made no mistake about it. Absolutely nothing the netminder Viohard Kusamo could do on that. Italy jumps out to a 1-0 lead. And just as I said a few minutes ago, folks, momentum in this game, right? It changes things. It's all it takes was one bounce. Ball goes off of a stick, an errant pass. It's odd numbers. You capitalize. And now Italy has the momentum. And here they come streaking through the zone. Checked off the ball.
Scored by number 17, Antonio Rinaldi. Assisted by 15, David Antonizano. And assisted by 96, Adam Bevilacqua. Team Italy 1, Team Finland 0.
And now Finland scores to tie it up. Apologize for the silence there. I was making sure I had the correct goal scorers. As Finland gets the equalizer shortly thereafter. So Anthony Roberto Rinaldi for Finland. He was the goal scorer, assisted by number 15, David Anthony Sarno. But there was a second assist on that from Adam Bevilacqua for Italy. We'll get you the Finland goal scorers here in just a second. That's how quick momentum can change in these games, folks. All it takes, one bounce, right? One hustle play. So Italy had the momentum there for all of 30 seconds. And then Finland ends up putting one behind Ciparone to get the equalizer. Right back to all even.
Assisted by 4, Arta Karpinen, and assisted by 42, Adam Bonini. Team Italy 1, Team Finland 1.
All right, so that was gloved down for a whistle by the Finnish netminder. I'll get you the Finland. The Finland goal scorers here. So that was number 15, Antoine Herpin. And he was assisted by number 4, Ate Karpinen, along with number 42, Adam Wolin. And there you can see on the rebound, he just basically buried it into an empty net. So hats off to him for a nice hustle play. Good butterfly save there. There's a little shot. Another pad save. I believe that hit him in the chest protector. Italy with 2 good chances there as we were all knotted at one. And now Finland on the break trying to get numbers. Shot off the side of the net. Wow, heck of a hustle play there for Finland by Henrik Karkinen. Managed to send that through 2 sets of legs. Finland still with possession in the Italian zone. And now they're offsides. The referee was standing right there at the blue line. Yeah, hockey is a funny game, folks. I'll tell you, at the world level, it's all it takes. One mishap, one errant pass, and it could lead to calamity in your end. So Rinaldi for Italy gets the goal, assisted by Sarno and Bevilacqua. And then less than 30 seconds later, Finland ties it up. Herpin assisted by Karpinen and Wolin. As shot goes well wide there. Finland now with it all the way back to deep to the point. Shot goes well wide. Sticked all the way into the corner by the Italian netminder, Ciparone. Finland at the point. Shot blocked down. Italy gains possession. Oh, good stick lift there. Prevented Italy from getting a clear. Now they do. And Finland will give chase. We have an arm up here, so we're going to get a flooring call. Italy will not be allowed to make a change. Referee lining both teams up for the draw. Looks like the goal scorer Herpeen's out there for Finland at center. And it looks like he's going to send Italy out. Nope, just gave him a warning. Okay. Oh, always good. And now we have a whistle. And it looks like the referees are going to discuss this. See the referee running over to the official scorer's box. See what the issue is. And now I see an Italian player heading to the penalty box. Are we going to get an unsportsmanlike? Waiting to hear the call, folks, so I can report it to you. I didn't see the referee make the call. I was looking at the Italian bench. I thought the referee was just going over to discuss a timing issue. He ended up calling a penalty. So Finland on the power play. First one of the game. Finland working it. Trying to get a one-timer shot. Oh, great save, Ciparone. Nice lateral movement there. Ball chipped out of the zone. Good, solid lateral movement by Christopher Ciparone there. As soon as I hear the call from the public address announcer, I'll get that to you. Again, I apologize. I was looking at the Italian bench as Italy intercepts the ball there, trying to wheel and deal into the zone, but good hustle play by Finland to come back and break that up. Yeah, so that was the penalty was on number 32, Daniel Vernacci. 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. He must have said something to the referee during the draw that the referee just didn't like. As a shot goes well wide. And now Finland's collapsing here. This is dangerous for Italy as Ciparone wraps up the save. And they've got to be a little bit wider on their box here. They can't let Finland's one-timers get that close to the net. And it's just not what you want to see in World Championships early in tournaments, because if you allow habits like that to form early in games, it can have a tendency to stay with you throughout the week. So one of the things that you'll hear all these coaches harp on these early week games is make sure you establish good habits, right? You don't want to start doing things that can carry through and end up hurting you as you get into the deeper end of the pool. So as Finland continues to work the power play here, 38 seconds left. Down low. Attempted one-timer, a little too hot to handle. Corralled up by Finland. Lampi sends it to the far side. Shot goes off of a foot into the corner, picked up by Finland. Lampi with it again. Lampi looking. Sends it back to the point. Shot goes off the side of the net. And it looks like Italy does get possession of that. Oh, great hustle play there for Team Italy. Still hustling at it. Boy, that guy's got a motor. Stefan Patiglio, not only did he chip that out, he ran the length of the floor and then did battle. Ended up putting a Finland guy on his bottom. And they have successfully killed the penalty, so both teams at full strength now. Finland has the ball at the point. 7 minutes, 15 seconds left. Sent in down low. Italy going to try and get a whistle here to get some fresh legs. They've got 4 guys trapped out there. Probably pretty gassed. Ball goes off a foot. Well, they're going to take a flooring call here, and they're not going to be able to make a change. Yeah. I see 2. One of them's bending over. Another one's putting the stick up over his head. They need oxygen. I'll tell you, folks, I've been around this game for the better part of 35 years, and arguably there is no worse feeling than killing off a penalty, being gassed, and then taking a flooring call and having to stay out there. It can lead to calamity for your team. So if you're rooting for Italy back home, hopefully they will get it clear. As Finland gets a shot, goes off of a foot. Good stick work there by Granito to prevent a rebound opportunity. Long shot, goes off of a leg. Nice block by Dottore. Picked up by Finland, trying to circle around. Shot goes out in front. Oh, and the Italian netminder was not having any of that funny business. Christopher Ciparone quickly put his glove on it and said, you guys need some oxygen because I'm getting a little shellacked over here. So off they go. Fresh set of 5 come on for Italy with 6:43 remaining here. In the second period, 1-1, Inland and Italy. Ready for the draw. One back by Finland, all the way out of the zone. Italy back to the 2-3. Finland looking for something here. There's nothing there. I mean, at some point you just got to dump it deep and go chase. Back behind Ciparone, end up along the boards. Finland tries to pinch, hemmed in, and now Italy gains possession. Sent in down deep, picked up by Sirachi. Sirachi with it, centering attempt, nobody there to receive it. Italy got to be a little bit crisper on their passes there. I'm sure that's something that the coaching staff will address. As Finland has a good look at the net there. Shot, oh, good save again by Ciparone. The initial shot was deflected off of a foot, but ended up on the stick of a Finland player, and a long shot from the point, I believe. Hit a leg in front and finds the back of the net to give Finland a 2-1 lead. Italy looking shell-shocked there. What seemed like a harmless wrist shot from the point might have hit one or two legs. I'm pretty certain that Ciparone never saw that shot. I think any coach of ball hockey will tell you it's just never a bad idea to throw it on net, and if that's the worst option you have, it's not a bad option. So the referee going over to the scorer's box now. I'll get you the goal scorers here in just a second. So there was the initial save from earlier by Ciparone, and then the ball goes out to the point. So there's a bunch of bodies in front and a wrist shot. There's two Finland players standing there. Can't tell who it went off of. So I'll listen for the goal scorer announcement and get you those numbers here in just a moment.
24-11, goal Team Finland, scored by number 42, Adam Bonin, assisted by 4, Ate Karpinen, and 29, Nico Ivanen. Team Italy, 1. Team Finland.
Okay, so your goal scorer was Adam Volin for Finland, and he was assisted by Karpinen. That's his second assist, along with number 29, Mikko Hivonen. As Finland maintains pressure inside the Italian zone with just under 5 minutes remaining here in the second period. As here's an opportunity for Finland. Oh, nice sliding block by the Italian defender there. And the ball goes up, I believe, hit the scoreboard. Looks like the Italian defender might have taken a leg there. That's number 8, Lucas Murillo Ultra. Way to sacrifice the body there, kid. Keep your team in it. And again, if you want live scoring, you can go to stats.isbhf.com. You can see shots on goal and all your goal scorers. So just to recap, that last goal scorer was Adam Volin. There's a shot, goes wide. Boy, dangerous. Look at the net there for Italy. They just cannot allow Finland to be alone within 20 feet of Ciparone. Got to get some bodies there to try and block those shots. So that second Finland goal was Adam Wolin, assisted by Karpinen and Hivonen, as Italy gathers up possession. Goal scorer for Italy is Anthony Roberto Rinaldi, assisted by Sarno and Bevilacqua. As Italy gains the zone, sent in down deep, but nobody there to give chase. It's going to be corralled by Finland. Finland slowly walking it up as we just passed 3 minutes 50 seconds remaining here in the second period. 2-1 Finland. Looks like that defender is going to go off on the long change here. See a Lampy coming on for him. Italy still running that 2-3. It's been effective so far. I mean, you know, they're trailing 2-1, but it's not because of their neutral zone work. And conversely for Finland as well. Both teams have been very solid in the neutral zone. As Finland is stuck in the neutral zone again, looking to make that quick outlet pass. They gain the zone, but immediately broken up by Italy. And now Italy gains the zone. Picked up by Rinaldi. Rinaldi tried to center it, trying to see who was streaking there. It looked like Bevilacqua. A little too hot to handle. Picked up by Finland, dumped down deep. We're going to get no flooring call as that ends up trickling in on Ciparoni. 2 minutes, 46 seconds left. Finland leads Team Italy 2-1 on a goal by Adam Volin, assisted by Karpinen and Havanen. And you know, if you're watching it on live on the stream, on the replay, it was just hard to see if it hit a body. You just have to assume because, you know, Ciparoni, world-class goaltender, he's been certainly solid in net. But again, if your worst option is to throw it on net, it's not a bad option. As Finland walks in all alone. Oh, good save by Ciparoni. Nice and square to the shooter, making it look easy. Work to the near boards by Finland. Finland still working it along the near boards. Nobody really moving. Still don't have anywhere to go with it, and it ends up getting broken up. So, you know, Volin tried his best there, but teammates got to move their legs as we're going to get a flooring call here. Can't let one player do all the work for you. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left here in the second period. Referee giving instructions. Both teams ready to draw. Quick draw, won by Finland. Deflected out in front, ends up behind the net. Picked up by Finland. Poke checked away by Italy. Good stick work there. And then that ball gets, looked like kind of half karate chopped into the Finland bench. So there's the save by Ciparoni. You can see he didn't come too far out of his crease. You know, a lot of these butterfly goaltenders, referring to the style of goaltending, butterfly, where you do exactly what Ciparoni did there. A lot of times they don't come out very far. If you're familiar with, you know, late 90s, early 2000s, I mean, even going back to the 80s, you know, goaltenders would take several steps out of the crease, cut down the angle. A lot of these modern goaltenders don't do that. They're fairly content to stay in their crease for reasons that are entirely too long to get into here during this broadcast. So that's a discussion for another day. As we have a penalty, roughing. So the referee is waiting for the offending player to head off over. I don't see much arguing going on. So 2 minutes for roughing Finland. That'll put Italy on the power play. That's Lietis. Giving that Italian player the business, as we like to say in English. All you American NFL football fans remember infamous or famous call by NFL referee Red Cashin. Unsportsmanlike penalty. He was down there giving him the business. That's where we get that lingo from. So let's see what Italy does on the first penalty for Finland of the game. Shot from the point, goes wide. Corralled up by Finland along the far boards. That's going to end up bouncing out of the zone, so Italy will need to regain the zone. And so Italy waiting for somebody to gain the zone here. There we go. That's your standard play in ball hockey to gain the zone. Last minute play in the second period. Up top, Frank Giustini, quarterback at the power play. Giustini still staying up top. I mean, he's got a wicked shot. It's very accurate, too. Down low. Dettori still with it down low, not being harassed at all. Shot! Oh, what a save! Are you kidding me? How did he stop that? Oh, my goodness. Vilhart Kusamo. Whew. This may be only the third game of the day, folks, but we might not see a better save for several days. Outstanding reflexes there on the one-time effort. Hopefully we'll get a look at that on the replay. Here it comes. Oh, and he got a little help from his defenseman there. It looks like he was going to stop that with his goalie stick, but whew, heck of a save. Hats off to him as Italy walks it in down low. Finland collapses down. 10 seconds left. Italy's got to get some shots off here. They can't keep wheeling and dealing. They got to throw it on net. Scream and a shoot. And it's swallowed up. You can hear Italy screaming, shoot, shoot, shoot. They're mindful of the clock, you know, but the players on the floor need to be mindful of the clock as well. I mean, you're not going to beat Kusamo with harmless wrist shots like that. So Italy looking to win the draw here. They've pulled the netminder. It's 6-on-4. They're going to try and win this back clean, get a one-timer. Shot, they do. Easily gloved down by Kusamo, and that's going to bring the horn. So 2-1 Finland. Again, you can visit stats.isbhf.com to get live up-to-the-minute scoring. And right now, we are looking at your scores for Italy. Anthony Roberto Rinaldi opened it up, assisted by Sarna and Bellavacqua. Was tied less than 30 seconds later by Herpin, assisted by Karppinen and Volin. And then giving Finland the lead was Adam Volin, assisted by Karppinen, his second assist of the day, along with Hyvanen. Shot-wise, it looks like Finland has 16 shots on net, so 14 saves for Christopher Ciparoni, and Italy has 14 shots with 13 saves by Vilhart Kusamo. Sign off for now, folks. We'll see you back in 9 minutes, 14 seconds.
So warm up at 7
Andy,
Yeah.
did you see that save the Finland goaltender made?
Yeah.
That was incredible.
I wanted to ask you something. Yeah, I know. If you want to have any Slovak coach or player to be interviewed, even though he cannot speak or she cannot speak English, I can do that for you.
Yes.
If I have time, because I can directly translate also to English what they tell us. So I can ask them questions in Slovak. So we are not limited because I don't know, maybe 20% of squad.
I
can
did
speak
one
English.
interview after the game.
Yeah.
Jan helped me. There was a Slovak player who spoke English. So I only asked him 3 easy questions.
Okay.
It was good, but if you can help, yes.
Yeah, because then
definitely.
we are not limited to the guys that like speak English. You know?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. I really want to interview Nayla. I understand she's off limits. We have to work on that.
We don't know that. I don't know.
No.
I already asked the coaches.
We
What I
give
told
them
you.
money? $100?
No, it's not the case. The case is that their, I mean, like coaching staff promised to her parents, who are very protective, not to leave her doing any interviews just because of what I mentioned last time.
Okay, I understand.
Unfortunately, I can still try, but
Fine.
it will be.
Andy, she's 16. I understand. If I had a
If it
16,
is possible, maybe they change their minds. I don't know. I don't expect that. I will try. I will ask them again, but I
there's
cannot.
a million people in your country watching. I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for her.
I understand,
But I understand her parents too.
yeah, maybe I don't know if they are coming here. Like personally, I don't know.
No?
I don't know whether. But if they are coming here personally, then it might be a bit easier because we can explain directly to them that, hey guys, this is only for purposes of ISBHF, not a private, I don't know what TV or radio station. But I
It's
don't
to
know.
help your daughter
Yeah.
become more famous. That's all we're trying to
She's
do.
already.
Every interview helps, but I understand. We'll
Let's see.
Yeah, let's see. You know who else would be good to interview is the Slovak head coach, Rapacek.
Yeah. I can interview him.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that would be really good. Because George said he was a hell of a player. He's going to be in the
He's
Hall of Fame.
still
soon.
reigning World Hockey Player of the Year in Slovakia because last season he played his final one, and so he is still reigning.
And he's the head coach.
Yeah, because he retired after the previous season, and the vote will be during summer, I guess.
Who elected him head coach?
Hockey in Slovakia.
Like, do you have to vote to be elected?
Yeah, you have like board of directors or something like that, and they elect coaching staff for both national teams. Not both, all of them, like all categories.
Wow. Yeah, if you could do an interview with him, that would be great.
Sure. Armenian place also, but in Raron.
My sister-in-law is Armenian. Her father's name is Babamian.
Yeah, that's Armenian.
Yeah, she's
Great.
half Babamian, and
Yeah.
her mother is Italian. Armenian and
Okay.
Italian.
Welcome back on the ring, Team Finland.
Someday we'll go to America. I like the mountains and the canyons.
And also welcome back on the ring, Team Italy.
And we are just about back ready here for the start of the third period. Finland leading Italy 2-1. Referee's getting both teams set up. And we're ready for the draw. Face-off picked up by Finland, but then corralled by Italy. So Italy gains the zone. Sent over to the point. That's Granito with it. Down low. Teams are at even strength now. Shot goes off of a foot all the way up into the rafters. And we'll get a face-off, it looks like, to the right of the Finnish netminder, Vilhard Kusamo. So it looks like for Italy, number 32, their top draw man, Daniel Versace, will take the draw and try and win it back to Giustini. But beaten on the draw there, good job by Antoine Herpin. As it looks like Italy is going to get set up in their, well, looks like I spoke too early now. They got a 1-2 going. No, now they're back to a 2-3. Okay. So Finland dumps it in down deep, a little too far. We're going to end up with a flooring call. And listen, I'm no hockey coach, but I've been in plenty of hockey dressing rooms. And as I said before in the previous period, you know, you just can't play pitch and catch in the neutral zone when you're facing a 2-on-3, right? You either lob it over the people's heads or you gain the red line and you fire it in down low and dump and chase. So I'm sure both teams have talked about this in the two intermissions. It's just a question of which team is going to be able to execute better. And it looks like right now Italy has Adam Bevilacqua on the draw. Nice clean win by him. Over to the point. Shot goes off of a foot. Crawled up by Italy. Thrown in front. Still loose. And now Finland gets the clear. Oh, dangerous there. Shot right into the breadbasket of Kusamo. He saw that the whole way, but I'll tell you, for a good 1 to 2 seconds there, that ball was loose and it could have been anybody's ball. Finland dodging another bullet there, clinging to a 2-1 lead. Get ready for the draw here. There was that loose ball as it ended up getting cleared. Back to the action now. Italy has it at the point. Oh, nice stick work there by number 87, Tony Lampo. It's been a quiet presence on the floor, but I'll tell you, when that ball's been at the point, man, from my vantage point, you talk about if you're a young player, you know, get a man and stick with him. That's what Lampo's been doing. You know, it's one of those unsung hero type roles. He may not be on the scoreboard, but believe me, he's helping keep Italy off the scoreboard. As speak of the devil, Lampo takes the fall, no call. Down low, Finland trying to work something there. Looked like a give and go with Lampo, but unable to pull it off. Long shot from the point goes well wide. And we have some nice clean body work going on the board. Italian player loses the stick, down low, shot! Oh, I believe that hit the post! Great job by Christopher Ciparoni getting the pad spread wide to force that Finnish player to the post, as somebody took an elbow there, and now we're going to get a call from the far referees. The referee near was doing his job watching the ball. I'm going to see if they're going to check for blood and potentially make that a 4 or just call that elbowing / roughing. We'll see what the call is here, but that referee's arm went up immediately. 2 minutes for high sticking. Okay. So it's 2. It's not 4. It's a high stick as the Italian netminder is, it looks like, adjusting his footwear. And, yeah, you can see, well, I suppose one could argue you could have called that roughing. You might have been able to call it interference if you want. But he did catch the player, you know, above the shoulders with a stick, by definition, right? That is a high stick. So good call by these world-class ISBHF referees. And folks, I'll tell you, I say it every tournament that I do play-by-play. They have the hardest job in this tournament. You have no idea the speed of this game, how fast these players are, how quick things happen, and how high emotions run. So they have nothing but the utmost respect for me. Let's see if Finland can go up 2 here on the power play. Italy collapsing down, playing pitch and catch. Shot blocked. Good defensive positioning there by Jason Granito. That's exactly what you need. So Italy stacking the line. Finland gains it, drops it back to Piazzalo. Piazzalo over to the point. Long wrist shot. Was trying for a deflection there. Was not trying to score there. He kept that low and hard, but looks like it went off of a foot. Shot. Oh, what a stop! Again, Ciparone. Flash and ped. Boy, this kid's got some quick legs, I'll tell you. As we are down to a minute left in the man advantage. Centered shot goes off of a foot. Oh, what a stop! Ciparone without a stick. Another shot. He still doesn't have a stick. Now he picks it up. Finland desperately trying to go up 2. Another save by Ciparone. Down on his leg. Shot. Score! Piazzalo finally beats Ciparone after he faced an absolute barrage of shots. He's still down on a knee. I mean, you talk about throwing everything but the kitchen sink at a goalie. And nothing the Italian netminder Ciparone could do there. I mean, he must have made 5, 6, maybe 7 saves. 3 of which were incredible, 1 of which was flat out ridiculous. But, hey, credit to Finland. They got one by him. Now they're up 2. It's the most dangerous lead in sports. You'll hear me say it all week. You know they can't sit on it. So that's gloved down by the Finnish netminder. I was listening to make sure they had the correct goal scorer there. So obviously Piazzalo on the goal. He was assisted by number 6, Alexi Lampi, as well as number 18, Juho Kangas. Heck of a shot there by Sami Piazzalo, to blow one by what has to be a completely gassed Christopher Ciparone. I mean, you talk about a goaltender that just, has had everything thrown at him. Boy, that was an impressive performance. But let's see how Italy reacts. Shot went off of a foot there. Finland picks it up. Just under 11 minutes remaining. Poke check back into the zone. See if Italy tries to get a little bit more aggressive on the forecheck here instead of sitting back waiting now that they're down 2 goals. Finland picks it up, tries a centering pass, chipped in down deep. That's number 92, Sanatu Sirkala with it. Over to the point. To the near boards to Lampi. Chips it in down deep. Lampi loses control. Italy gains it. Italy loses control. Picked up by Finland, nowhere to go with it. Over to the point. Sent in down low. Over to the point, Vitanen with it. Vitanen wheeling and dealing. Softly dumps it in down deep, lets his forward, gives chase. Dumped in towards the net. I believe it went off of a foot and then the side of the net. Fakes the shot. Good look at the net here. Nice block. Ends up going well high over the net. That was number 27, Capricini. Shot, easy pad save. Italy's got to do something here to stop this pressure. I think Finland smells blood in the water. Another good save. Shot goes wide. I mean, Ciparrone's doing everything he can to keep his team in it. At some point, Italy's, they got to grab the bull by the horns here, make a play. They got to still start doing something to get the rink tilted the other way, because right now Finland has all the momentum. I mean, you can feel it. Finland working a nice cycle here. Here's a good look at the net. Oh, great poke check. Shot! Blocked. And finally, Ciparrone says, listen, I've had enough. You guys are gassed. Let's get some fresh legs out here. That was a heck of a block there by Noah Edward Capriccioni. Hats off to that kid for sacrificing the body. Face off to the left of Ciparrone as the referee goes over to square up Italy and Finland. Says, boys, you can't be cheating on the draws here. Let's have a nice clean one. Dropped, one quick by Finland. Shot, score! Finland goes up another on a well-won draw. I believe that's number 29, Mikko Haivonen. And Finland celebrating now with a 3-goal lead. 8:36 remaining in the third. Italy hanging their heads low. I said it before. They had to do something to stop the momentum. You could feel it here in the building. The floor was tilted, and Ciparrone was doing everything he could to keep his team in this game. I mean, I'm going to head over to stats.isbhf.com and check myself and see how many saves this kid has made, because he's just been lights out. As we wait to get the official goal score announcement. Yes, I mean, he's made 25 saves so far. Can't fault him. And yeah, that last goal was Mikko Haivonen. Right now it's listed as unassisted. Referee getting both teams set up for a draw. Apologies for the silence, just listening if they announce an assist, because they have not put an assist up on the stats website. So right now it's Haivonen unassisted on the fourth goal. Face off, one back by Italy. Ball goes up out of play. So there was an assist, and it was Adam Volin, number 42. So Volin looking at potentially player of the game here. He's got 3 points, a goal and 2 assists. Although Haivonen, he's got a goal and an assist as well. See how that shakes out. Long shot from the point gets deflected into the near corner. See if Italy can get something back here. Try and get some shots on net. Oh, good attempted deflection there. Stacking the pads. I love it. You don't see that a lot in ball hockey these days. Great job by Cusamo giving that Italian shooter nothing to look at. That was Rinaldi. I'm a goalie myself, folks. I love pad stacks. I really wish they'd make a comeback, but people tell me the butterfly works, so who am I to criticize it if it's working, right? Just as a fan of hockey, I love a good pad stack. As it looks like Italy's going to get a set of fresh legs set out there. Referee Trevor Jarvis says, okay. I should say American referee Trevor Jarvis. I want to say hi to his family and friends back home watching. Italy ready for the draw. They got Giustini back there. Can't get it back to him. I don't think Giustini's had one draw, one to him yet. You know, he may be up there in years, but one of the last things to go is your shot as Finland breaks in all alone. Shot goes high, up over into the mesh netting. Getting back to what I was saying about Justini, you know, I mean, he's the captain of the team, and, you know, age-wise, Father Time gets us all right. You lose a step, but you have a sniper like Justini on the floor. I'm telling you, man, that guy can score from anywhere. All he needs is just a little bit of breathing room. You can see it looks like Vidakovsky just roofed that one. Battle along the far boards. Dumped out by Italy. Trying to get something going here. Potential look at the net. Shot just trickles wide. Did not look like number 27, Capriccioni, got good graphite on it. As Finland comes back the other way, ball ends up between their legs. I believe that was number 8, Karkainen with it. Back comes Italy. Dumped into the far corner. Giving chase is Granito. Back down low. Sirachi with it. Sirachi lost that battle. Finland wins it as we end up past 6:30. Here's a good look at the net. Long shot. Blocked down in front. And the ball goes up into the mesh netting. So it looks like that Finland defender saved Kusamo from having to make a save. 6 minutes, 17 seconds left. Finland leading 4-1. So here was that shot that just went wide. As we return back to the action. Italy trying to get a cycle going. Got to generate something, some type of scoring chance at the net. Dumped in front. Oh, just went over the crossbar. I think a Finnish player, if he turns around, I'll get you his number, got a stick on that. Yeah, it looks like that was Santu Sirkala that ended up getting a stick on it. Good look at the net there for Italy. Let's take a look at this on the replay. So tried to throw it in front, and that's replay cut out, but that's where Sirkala ended up getting a stick on it. Italy desperately looking to get something going here. Down 4-1. Back behind the net. Wraparound attempt stuffed, and now it trickles in. So Italy does get some momentum on a hustle play. You've heard me say it before, Anthony Novelli. Pardon me, Novielli. Hustle play, right? Ball chipped harmlessly into the corner. He runs after it, makes a wraparound attempt. Ball squirts up into the air and ends up rolling in off the back of Kusamo. So now we're down to a 2-goal lead. That's all it takes at this level is one bounce. So my coaches will tell you, don't worry about how many goals you're down. And you saw it happen with the first game of the day, Great Britain and Italy, or pardon me, Great Britain and Greece. You know, Great Britain was down 5-0. Coaching staff said, hey, go out there and just win a shift, right? Win one battle at a time. And they ended up getting right back into the game, and the game finished 5-4. So DeStasio ends up getting the goal, assisted by Novielli. And hats off to Novielli for making that happen. Great hustle play on his part. Intercepted by Finland. Read well by Vidakovsky. Vidakovsky, good look at that. Tried to get it down low. Intercepted by Italy. Here they go on the counterattack, potentially with numbers. Can Finland get back? They gain the zone. Trying to catch a streaker. Ball rolled off of his stick into the far boards. Kept back in the zone by Italy. Thrown on net. Oh, that hit the post. Woo! Finland dodged a bullet there. Delzato with it. Long clapper from the point. Gets deflected into the corner. And I don't see referee's arm up, so that was Italy that sent it the length of the floor. No defenseman there to pick up the ball. As we reach 4 minutes, 30 seconds left. Italy going to make a change. You see Monteleone coming on the floor there, as that one's going to end up as a flooring call. 4 minutes, 23 seconds left in the third game of the day. So what happens after this is we are going to take a break, and then there will be the Parade of Nations that happens at every ISBHF Men's and Women's World Championship. And we'll certainly be bringing you clips and videos of that on our social media. As Finland wins a draw, nice good block there by number 2, Monteleone. And then after the Parade of Nations, we will have the what's referred to as the unofficial official first match of the 2024 World Ball Hockey Championships. Always awarded to the home country, so in this case, Switzerland, and they will take on a very hungry United States team. 2022 Laval bronze medalist, led by Captain Johnny Ruiz, and coached once again by Pittsburgh native Corey Hirsch. And I know the United States, this is one of their most loaded rosters, so they're definitely, you know, if they play to their potential, they're definitely going to be in the medal contention. And I know Corey has them amped up. They want to come out and set a good tone for the tournament, but hey, so does Switzerland. You know, was talking with several people from the Swiss Street Hockey Organization. They feel very confident about their roster. Some returning veterans, but some new talent on that roster, as well as some very top-tier goaltending. So really looking forward to that one. I'll be calling the action for that game. We expect a packed house here at Lonza Arena in beautiful Visp, Switzerland. And folks, let me tell you, on a personal note, if you ever get the chance, make your way out here. This is just an unbelievable town nestled in the mountains of the Swiss Alps. You got the Matterhorn here. Lots to do and see. If you're a nature lover, there's just endless things to do and see. But the hospitality that's been extended to the ISBHF family and all the players from all the countries that have been here for a few days has just been nothing less than stellar. Super friendly people, amazing food. I've had some of the best pizza of my life, and believe me, when I speak of pizza, I speak of it with reverence. I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey, as that ball is dumped in harmlessly on Ciparoni. Consider myself a pizza aficionado, but I've had some amazing slices here already. And if you ever get the chance, come visit this part of Switzerland. Absolutely gorgeous. They've been tremendous hosts. We look forward to the 8 p.m. local time game. So we are 6 hours ahead of those in America. That'll be 2 p.m. American Eastern time. As the faceoff is won back by Finland. Shot, oh, goes off the pipe. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Italy got lucky there. That was Alexi Lampe with an absolute howitzer off the pipe. As Ciparoni swallows that one up, he saw it all the way. That was Santu Serkala with that last shot. So yeah, getting back to the food here. Top-notch, people, everything. Truly a world-class level event. Draw one back by Finland. Wrist shot, I believe, hit a leg. Went wide, back to the point. Down low. Last 2 minutes of the third period. Deflected by Italy into the corner. Corralled up. Italy gains the zone. Giving chases to Stasio. Kept in. Nice play by, pinched at the point there by Lamont. But Finland able to corral it up. And they're content to start killing some time. We'll keep an eye on the Italian netminder. Italy's going to want to pull him at some point for the extra attacker. Italian player blows the tire, takes the fall. Violin with it. Long wrist shot. Doesn't make it through. 1 minute, 10 seconds. Italy trying to gain possession so they can get that extra attacker. Finland not letting them have it. Violan with it. Under a minute left. Sent in, and then we end up getting a draw here. So Italy's got to win this draw. They got to get it deep, and then they can get the extra attacker, but there's only 47.5 seconds left, so they got their work cut out for them. And it looks like we have a timeout from Team Italy here. So the Parade of Nations will occur at 5:30 p.m. local time. We are 6 hours ahead of U.S. Eastern time. I will be part of that, so I'll just be posting some pics and short videos as part of my role as the promotions director for the ISBHF. We'll also be introducing our brand new ISBHF mascot, Otto. Very excited to have Otto in attendance. We know the kids are going to love him. Be sure to subscribe to us if you haven't already on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Threads, X.com, formerly Twitter, and whatever other social media platform is in existence. Because believe me, we're there. All right, both teams set up for the draw. One forward by Italy. Here we go. Netminder heading to the bench. Brought in by Giustini, the captain. Back to the point. There's Vernacci. Long shot. Oh, good pad save. That was just a bad decision by Vernacci there. He had Giustini down low, and he tried a turnaround pass at the red line. I believe he could have gotten that down to Giustini. 20 seconds left. Italy running out of time here. Intercepted. 15 seconds. Italy running out of time over the blue line. They gained the zone. Finland right on them. They got two people there, and that's going to do it. Finland is going to take this one as they get the empty net goal. Scored by number 18, Juho Kangas. I'll get you the assist here in just a second, but Italy's got to be disappointed with the outcome. This was a close game for the majority of the game, but they just let it get away from them. But conversely for Finland, they saw opportunity and they capitalized on it. And that's one of the things that you'll hear me harp on these next 9 days here at the World Ball Hockey Championships. The margin for error is so small. The skill differential is so small that when you have opportunities, the teams that go home with hardware are the teams that capitalize on those opportunities because they do not come often. So credit to Finland. They did what they needed to do. They buried the opportunities they had to. I would be shocked if Ciparoni doesn't get player of the game. For Finland, kind of a toss-up. Could be 2 or 3 players here. A couple of players had multiple points, right? So, Karppinen, he had 2 assists. Number 42, Adam Volin, had 2 assists and a goal. Number 18, Juho Kangas, had a goal and an assist. Be interesting to see who the head coaches select for player of the game. And for those that are unfamiliar with how that works at ISBHF tournaments, the head coach is responsible for informing the official scorekeepers their choice for player of the game. So it's not something that's voted on. It's determined by each team's respective head coach. And that's the right way to do it. My personal opinion, I certainly don't speak for every ball hockey fan in the world, but I think it's the right way to do it. I mean, coaches there on the bench, they know who's running hard. They know who's giving 101%. I think it's the right choice. They should be the ones to decide it. So Elio Pascuzzo. Elio Pascuzzo will present the player of the game, and just as I predicted, I should buy a scratch ticket later tonight if they sell them here in Switzerland. Christopher Ciparone wins player of the game, the guy played huge. He really did. I mean, he just made save after save. You can't fault him on anything.
And the best player on the team, Finland, is number 42, Adam Boyen.
All right, I should buy another scratch ticket. Number 42, Adam Volin. He was one of the players I said was in contention for player of the game. He played a heck of a game, man. He was all over the floor. You know, I called his name a lot, so he had 2 helpers and buried one himself. That was the second goal of the game. Just a solid all-around player, you know, and talking with the Finland coaching staff before the game, he was one of the players that they mentioned, you know, very solid physically, you know, built very well, you know, very capable of winning battles along the boards. And when they need stuff to happen, he's one of the players that they rely on. So credit to Volin. Try to get an interview with him after the game. Little difficult for me, obviously, in the ISBHF. English is our official language. Certainly, you know, players from Finland, Slovakia, the Czech Republic, they always give interviews with their respective ball hockey nations, but sometimes it's tough with the ISBHF. We may seem like we favor the English nations. It's just that their players don't speak English. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off as they play the Finnish national anthem. Again, I'm your play-by-play commentator. I am the ISBHF Promotions Director, Chris Bakanowitz. I want to thank everybody for joining us. We look forward to seeing you back here 8 p.m. local time for the official opening game of the 2024 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships. Host nation Switzerland taking on the United States. We'll see you back here then. Take care.
And don't forget, tonight at 6:30 here in Arena, the official opening ceremony of the World Championship in Ball Hockey 2024 in Visp and Raron. You can go inside the arena already at 6 o'clock, so be on time, get a seat